BTS's most touching moment. Jin and Jungkook shed tears as SUGA's message is aired. An entirely unexpected moment left thousands of BTS fans, ARMY, silent and emotionally moved. How could a magnificent stage, usually filled with enthusiastic screams, suddenly transform into a space of silence and tears? That question immediately arose when a special message from SUGA suddenly appeared on the big screen, causing two BTS members, JIN and Jungkook, to be unable to hold back their tears. This event was not just a regular segment of a show. There was a very deep emotional burden behind it. SUGA, who has always been known as a strong but reserved figure in expressing his feelings, chose to convey his most honest words through a short video. At that moment, the atmosphere changed drastically. JIN, who had been trying to appear strong, could no longer hold back his emotions. His tears fell right in front of the audience, while Jungkook, sitting next to him, sobbed along, revealing the vulnerable side of a global idol. The reaction of both of them not only became the focus of the camera, but also reopened the debate about how much togetherness means within BTS. Was SUGA's message just a regular greeting? Or is there a hidden meaning that has not been fully revealed to the public? These questions haunted many parties, especially ARMY, who have always been very sensitive to every detail of their idol's gestures. What made this moment even more dramatic was the way the message was displayed. There was no excessive background music, no distracting stage lights. Only a large screen, SUGA's voice sounding shaky, and sincere expressions that made everyone in the room transfixed. It was as if the world stopped for a moment to listen to every word that came out of him. For JIN, the moment seemed very personal. He bowed his head, then covered his face with his hands, trying to hold back an indescribable turmoil. On the other hand, Jungkook, known as the Golden Magne, showed a rarely seen side. Tears fell uncontrollably, showing that even though they are used to performing in front of millions of people, they are still ordinary humans full of emotion. The fans at the location were no less emotional. Cheers of support turned into sobs, with many recording the moment only to replay it over and over again. Not because they wanted to spread sadness, but because the moment was considered proof of how deep the relationship between BTS members is. They are not just colleagues on stage, but a family that supports each other in joy and sorrow. Asian pop culture experts even consider this moment as one of the important points in BTS's journey. According to them, emotional openness in front of the public is something that idols rarely do, especially in the Korean music industry, which is known to be very strict and full of pressure. Jin and Jungkook's tears are considered a symbol of rarely seen honesty, as well as indicating how difficult their journey together has been. Undeniably, this moment immediately went viral on various social media platforms. Video clips of JIN and Jungkook's tears were shared thousands of times in just a matter of hours, with related hashtags topping the global trending topic charts. Comments from ARMY flooded the internet. Most expressed sympathy, while others tried to analyze the content of SUGA's message to find a deeper meaning. However, this phenomenon also raises a critical question. Was the moment entirely spontaneous? Or was it part of a strategy to evoke public emotion? That question is valid to ask, considering the entertainment world often combines reality with drama to attract attention. However, seeing JIN and Jungkook's expressions that were so natural, many believe that what happened was truly sincere, without a script. Furthermore, this moment provides a reflection on how BTS is able to touch the hearts of millions of people not only through music, but also through emotional honesty. Those tears did not only fall for SUGA, but also became a symbol of a long journey, a difficult struggle, and the bonds of brotherhood that they have built for more than a decade. Perhaps this is what makes BTS different. They not only present works, but also open a space for their fans to feel every joy and sorrow. Behind the magnificent stage, there is a human story that is vulnerable, fragile, but beautiful in its sincerity. And the moment when JIN and Jungkook shed tears because of a message from SUGA will always be remembered as one of the most touching pieces of history in their journey. Now, the public is still wondering, what exactly was the content of the message that made the two BTS members so devastated? Was it just an expression of longing and support? Or is there a more personal hidden message? There is no definite answer other than from themselves. However, one thing is clear, that moment has left a deep mark, not only for JIN and Jungkook, but also for millions of hearts who witnessed it, the touching moment between JIN, Jungkook. And the message from SUGA has indeed triggered an extraordinary wave of emotions among ARMY and the general public. However, the fundamental question we must ask now is what we saw really a real event? Or is it just a series constructed to create sensation? Did the tears that fell on JIN and Jungkook's faces purely come from sincere emotion, or were they part of a scenario designed to make the public even more captivated? This phenomenon demands that we not only be passive viewers who are carried away by sadness, but also be critical observers. Why? Because the information circulating today mostly comes from video clips on TikTok, re-uploads on YouTube, long threads on Twitter, X, to online articles that often prioritize speed over accuracy. If so, can we fully trust that what we watch is a reflection of facts without any dramatic seasoning? Let's reflect. In the global entertainment industry, especially K-pop, emotional moments are often used as weapons to strengthen the emotional connection between idols and their fans. Does this tearful moment fall into that category? Or is this one of the few honest moments that manage to penetrate the glamorous layers of the entertainment industry? Keep in mind, it is not uncommon for entertainment media to use framing techniques, which is selecting certain pieces of an event to form a more emotional narrative. Pieces of facial expressions, words that are repeated many times, even certain camera angles can build a perception, as if the event is dramatic and monumental. So, the question we need to ask is the crying moment really as important as reported, or is it magnified by social media until it seems more emotional than it really is? The reaction of ARMY flooding Twitter with global trending hashtags is also proof of how strong the influence of framing is. But does this massive reaction show the truth of the event, or is it just a reflection of the strength of the fandom that is used to responding to every issue about BTS emotionally? If we stop for a moment and reassess, it could be that the moment was only a small part of an event, which was then twisted into the main highlight dot on the other hand. We also cannot close our eyes to the fact that JIN and Jungkook are ordinary humans who certainly have feelings of longing, fatigue, and even fragility. Isn't it natural for them to cry when they hear a message from SUGA, which may contain deep meaning about friendship, struggle, or even personal conditions that cannot be fully disclosed to the public? Are we too skeptical if we refuse to believe the sincerity of their emotions, or are we too naive if we swallow the media narrative whole? Another provocative question is, would the Korean entertainment industry, which is known to be strict and full of marketing strategies, allow such a big emotional moment to happen without careful calculation? Isn't it more likely that every detail has been considered, including how fans' reactions will form after watching? If that's the case, aren't we being shown that tears can be a commodity that is sold to move the hearts of the public? But on the other hand, is it fair for us to immediately accuse all of this as engineering? Wouldn't being too skeptical erode the meaning of honesty that idols rarely show? What if that moment was really born from the heart? Then we who are too critical actually ignore the emotional truth. This is the big dilemma that every reader must think about. The fact that this information is spread through platforms like TikTok, YouTube, and Twitter makes us have to be careful. Not everything that is viral is fact, and not everything that looks emotional is truth.